The Far Cry game series by Ubisoft is one of their most successful AAA titles. But why does it still desperately needs a reboot? Far Cry 1 came out about like 20 years ago, and it was really good and it was breathtaking when you consider like looking at the graphics during that time 20 years ago. That was crazy. The second one as well, obviously. That's why they continued, because everyone was like, wow, this is a new cool game. And then they advanced the game in Far Cry 2, not only graphics wise, they even story wise. But I think the real deal was Far Cry 3. And maybe some of you guys, they disagree, which is fine. But I think 3 was the real big hit, because what you could feel in Far Cry 3 was the connection between your protagonist, Jason, and the first villain of this game, Vaas. It was so intense. They further continued that in Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4 as well. But I mean, it wasn't kind of that cool, Far Cry 4. The setting was awesome. It was really good. It was really deep as well, with his mother and going back to Kirat. But after that, I think that Far Cry, the entire series, went down a little. I know that a lot of people love Far Cry 5, but there was actually the first time in the Far Cry 3 series from 3 on, was that I lost the connection between my character, the protagonist, and the main villain. They were all good. They acted all very great in Far Cry 6 as well. Far Cry 6 is a completely different story in my opinion, because they tried something new. They tried to make the game in general crazy silly, way too silly in my opinion. And you didn't feel like that you are your character and that you can dive into the world. They created a fantastic world. Don't get me wrong. It was really gorgeous. Graphics wise, they always are top notch. Really, they are. But story wise, and they picked a great villain as well in Far Cry 6. It was fantastic. The actor is a great actor anyway. But it didn't feel like all the silliness created around this world. It was kind of sad to see, like you pick like a crazy gone rooster or whatever. I think, but I still believe that Far Cry 3 was the main deal, because the symbiosis between the character and the protagonist, this is phenomenal. And that was really deep, and that was really intense. And it really got you. Of course, they cannot reinvent the wheel, but they kind of overdid it in Far Cry 5 and 6. It's 6 especially. But why do I think it needs a reboot? It's just because we don't have this connection anymore. I mean, maybe it's just me because I'm getting older. I feel like the depth of video games in general, I don't know what they did, the developers. It's not that I'm done with Far Cry overall. I just hope that in Far Cry 7 they will make a return to the roots a little bit more. I love the jungle area from Far Cry 6 and Far Cry 1. That was super cool, and Far Cry 3 as well. But that's about the setting overall. I just hope they can focus a little bit more about the writing of those games and detach themselves from a little bit like the silliness they implemented in those games, which is kind of cool. If I would be 15 years younger, it's probably that. I'm 36 now, and I don't think it's funny, those jokes and those silly, like, build your cannon with atom stuff, with nuclear blah blah blah. I think it's sorry, but it's dumb in my opinion. But maybe it's different. Maybe I'm totally wrong with it. I hope you can understand me, and I hope that you put yourself out there in the comments and say something about it. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel with the entire series? Maybe you are someone who believes like it has gotten better, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to judge that, and I still value what people at Ubisoft actually do. They work hard. They provide you a visually stunning game for a price, what is it, like 80 euros, $80, whatever. You have quite a lot of fun, but the connection between, I keep saying that, it sounds silly maybe, but the connection between you and, I mean, you as the protagonist and the villain, it's gone. There is nothing anymore. It's just okay, yeah, you run through that, you get your shit done, you take out base after base. It's like the Just Cause formula. I think it's I think they really need a reboot for this game. I don't know, what do you say about this? I hope you can understand me a little bit. I'm not like judging Ubisoft in general. I'm not judging the great actors who played those roles. I'm not judging the hard work they put into those games. I'm just mentioning that people are losing, well, me obviously is losing like the connection to this video game series. It's not like a GTA which evolved and got better and better and better. Of course, GTA takes like what, 10, 15 years to finally release a new game, which is kind of silly as well. But I think they get their job done. They get their job done well, and they're gonna have success for the next 10 years. It's not just like Far Cry has become a game. The last two ones, you play them, you're done with it. And this is kind of sad. There is no replay value in those games because they don't get the hook for the gamer. But I don't know. What do you think? Just let me know. And yeah, maybe I'm crazy. Just tell me. But yeah, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now it's the moment to do so. Or just leave a like. But please put your comments in the section below. That is really cool. Have a great time gaming, guys.